All right, crews rushed to put out flames caused by lightning at a Fort Myers home. Happened on Banyan Bay Boulevard south of the Summerlin-Gladiolus intersection. Good news is we can confirm family living at the home is okay. The fire is out. But again, Elsa is not over. First Alert meteorologist Jason Dunning is timing out what you can expect to see today. Also taking a look at Southwest Florida's only live Doppler radar. Jason.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. We're just updating some of the storm tracks here, and I've got a brand new forecast model I want to share with you as well. But the two areas that we're really watching here, right there across portions of Lee County, north of the Caloosahatchee, and even around Fort Myers, we've got these two rain bands that have set up and basically setting up railroad tracks right on top of certain areas. So we're calling it the rain train. We've got these training downpours, one over South Lee County, and then also one over parts of Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, and also over Fort Myers near the Caloosahatchee. Now you can see there's some spots where the rain is not coming down that heavily here in the green, but notice these bursts of some much heavier rain. Some of these tropical downpours and also some gusty winds near Pine Island Road down through the South Cape now around Cape Coral Parkway. These are moving really fast. We've been talking about the forward speed close to 35 miles per hour, and actually looks like parts of the Cape, the South Cape, will get a break right here, but then you'll see what's happening down to the southwest around Sanibel right now. We've got some more rain on the way, so we're going to just continue to see these streams of heavy rain come in over northern parts of the Cape and also the South Cape, and also for Bonita Springs and Estero, that's where the next rain band is going to come in. So instead of tracking each one of these individual cells, I think it's better just to give you an overall picture of what the radar is going to look like as we fast forward through the next hour and focus on these two rain bands. There's one, there's two. And then here's the 7 o'clock hour, closer to 7:30, and closing in on the 8 o'clock hour. You can see there's not a whole lot that's changed here. We're still tracking bands of heavy rain across parts of Cape Coral, Sanibel, and also right there around Estero and Bonita Springs. And that's why the National Weather Service has issued that flood warning for portions of Lee County and also in effect for parts of Charlotte County. I don't think the rain's going to be quite as heavy there for Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, but there's still that potential for some rain to sneak up your way as we go through the first part of the morning. We'll talk more about the forecast for the rest of the day coming up in just a few minutes.
Are you hearing the rain right now outside of your door? Are you seeing any lightning? These are sights and sounds of Tropical Storm Elsa as you wake up this morning. We have hours to go, so buckle up. This is not over yet. Our reporters are all over, including NBC2's Alicia Alonso. She's been driving all over Southwest Florida. Started in Englewood, El Jobin. You've moved once again. Where exactly are you now? It looks like the rain's coming down.
Hey there. Well, yeah, just like you said, we've been all over the county, but right now we're in Punta Gorda where we finally found the rain, you guys. Wow, we were able to stay dry, but boy, is it coming down now. I do want to show you we are on Burnt Store Road. That is right off of US 41. Right here we are at Caneel Road and Burnt Store Road. This whole area quite flooded. Wow. More than an ankle deep of water all the way down. We are not going to drive through it because it's unsure just how deep this water is, but our wheels on our news card, this is already hitting the rim. So when you're approaching roads like this, it really is best to turn around. In no way do you want to drive through this, again, because we just don't know how deep it is. If we turn our camera around, this is a neighboring church. That whole parking lot looks like a pool. It looks like a very shallow pool, but boy, that water is just collecting in this area as this rain continues to come down. But what really is impacting this area on Burnt Store Road is this flooded street. So just make sure that you're staying safe out there. Again, turn around if you come up to an area like this, and just be very, very cautious out there on the roads. But for now, we're in Punta Gorda. Alicia Alonso, NBC2.
The water just came in so quickly, we didn't really expect that, and so we kind of got caught, you know.
Yeah, they're not getting it yet, but today people are hoping for a break in that rain finally so they can clean up after flooding. We talked to people living along Island Park Road in South Fort Myers. NBC2's Nicolette Perdomo is live there right now. Nicolette, that is a prime spot for flooding. So how is it looking this morning?
Well, Lisa, the reason we're in the car right now is because there's a lot of lightning and this rain is continuous this morning. It has not stopped. About an hour and a half ago, we saw a downpour. So that's not helping these families and these neighbors out here. I want to show you just how bad the flooding is in front of this home right here. You can see the storm drain completely flooded up. And that's not helping these families who live here in this home. Now, neighbors have trouble getting through here when it floods. Now, this is how it looks right now. People in the area are concerned about water coming into their homes. David Kennedy watches the water levels in his yard closely during every storm, but last year's hurricane took him and his neighbors by surprise.
It's been 2 or 3 times now. That's about well, if he does today, it'll be about the 3rd or 4th time. I'm not sure. That we've got flooded out here. When Irma came through, it was 2.5 feet, so they had to rebuild all the cabinets and everything.
Again, these are the conditions out here. It has not stopped raining since we've been out here overnight. That's not helping these families living in these homes right here. We've seen some people drive through this area, but it is a little bit flooded on the roadways. We want to remind everyone, if you see flooding on the roadways, just try to avoid that area completely. I'm live in Lee County. Nicolette Perdomo, NBC2.
Check this out. Rain all over the windshield. Look at that. This is brand new from about 4 this morning on McGregor Boulevard in Fort Myers. Make sure your wipers are working today. NBC2's Brianna Fernandez tracking what your ride to work may look like today in Fort Myers.
Stacey, it is not going to be a fun ride for commuters that are heading out the door right now, and that's because we have several crashes going on, especially 2 that I'm tracking right now. The first one is right along I-75 mile marker 152. This is right near Bayshore Road and Tucker's Grade. Now we know we have a road ranger on scene, we have deputies on scene. It's sitting on the side of the road, not causing any delays, but there is some roadblocks, so watch out for that if you're heading that way. That's your NBC2 Traffic Alert.
Traffic on NBC2 is sponsored by Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. Call 1-888-COLD-AIR.
So what I was saying is take a look at your screen. Streets flooded all over our community. This is Punta Gorda, specifically at McGregor Street and West Retta Esplanade.
Major roads are flooding right now, downtown Punta Gorda, Marion Ave. Some people are just simply leaving their cars. They're parking them along Charlotte Harbor overnight. The water coming past their tires during the high tide. Our reporter, Anissa Bohannon, she is live in the downtown area. Anissa, McGregor Street, that's a little side street, but you're right in the heart of it. One way's Fisherman's Village, one way Marion Avenue. What does it look like where you are right now?
That's right. The waters are actually finally receding here on this street. This is McGregor Street and West Retta Esplanade. This is right across the street from Gilchrist Park. Now, the water levels have finally gone down, but before this morning, just walking across this street, it was up to about my knees. I know I'm not very tall, but that was still quite a bit of water to go. It was actually covering up to the top of the grass here, down to the bottom of the car's tires, almost completely covered. We also saw some other roads throughout Punta Gorda that also had some pretty significant flooding. So if you're going to be out and about driving today, please remember to be cautious, drive safely, and always remember, turn around, don't drown. I'm live here in Punta Gorda, Anissa Bohannon, NBC2.
All right, we got some bands of heavy rain. I'm First Alert meteorologist Jason Dunning here with meteorologist Lauren Hope. Let's get right to it. Southwest Florida's only live Doppler radar, and obviously the primary concern this morning is a potential for flooding. We've got 2 main rain bands that we're tracking, one coming in over northwestern Lee County for Cape Coral. For the Cape, the rain's letting up a little bit, but look back to your south and west, and we've got some more on the way coming in from the Lee County Islands over the next few minutes, approaching St. James City and North Captiva. So there's that timeline as we go through the 7 o'clock hour, working toward Bokeelia at 7:08, Coral Lakes 7:22, Pirate Harbor at 7:23. And there's another rain band coming in around Estero and just to the north of Bonita Springs. Gateway picking up on some of this heavy rain, and this will work northeast near San Carlos Park, Gulf Coast Town Center, Arborwood, Gateway, and the Forum around 7:15 and 7:20 this morning. We've got flood warnings in place for Lee and Charlotte County. And Lauren, look at all the rainfall totals here. over the last 24 hours as much as 7, even upwards of around 10 to 12 inches over parts of Charlotte County today. And also we have this tornado watch in place as well. And there's the forecast through the day. We're going to see some rainier weather for the first part of the day, and then finally letting up a little bit as we get into the afternoon. And that tornado watch, by the way, goes into effect until 8 o'clock this morning. So far, no severe weather, keeping a very close eye on the flood potential.